He kissed me in the dark, and then walked back into the light like it never happened. That's the kind of love story you get when your fiancé is a rising star in American politics and you're his secret. His name is Carter Ellis, the golden boy of Virginia's 7th District. He has the jawline of a Kennedy, the smile of a saint, and the ambition of a man who's willing to carve up his heart for the sake of a future he doesn't believe he deserves. I was supposed to be a placeholder, a friend, a decoy, but somewhere between the ribbon cuttings, gala dinners, and shared hotel rooms, I forgot how to pretend. We met 4 years ago at Yale. Carter was already the kind of guy people whispered about in corridors: magnetic, untouchable, terrifyingly smart. I was the theater kid with a double major in political science and self-deprecation. I told jokes, he gave speeches. Somehow we clicked. By the time he ran for office at 27, I was working in nonprofit law, and he called me out of the blue with a proposal, not the kind that comes with a ring, but close enough. They want family values, he said. They want tradition. And if I show up with a ring on your finger, they'll shut up and vote. It was supposed to be 6 months.
No feelings. No touching.
Just photo ops and press statements. But Carter has a way of looking at you like you're the only fixed point in a spinning world. Even when he's trying not to. We moved into a shared apartment in Alexandria. His campaign team decorated it for the cameras, framed photos of us laughing in Central Park. Fake love notes, monogram towels. I found one of my old sweatshirts folded neatly in his drawer, and it made my chest ache. He never crossed the line. Not until that night. It was after a fundraiser, one of those stiff hotel events where he has to smile like he believes in God, guns, and the great American lie. We came back to the suite. He had a headache. I poured him bourbon. And then, without warning, he kissed me. It wasn't sweet. It was desperate. Months of stolen glances and brushed fingers exploding in 5 breathless seconds. Then he stepped back. "I can't," he said, like he was apologizing for breathing. "I can't do this to you. You deserve more." I wanted to scream. I wanted to ask what the hell he thought I was doing there. Smiling for cameras and biting my tongue every time someone called me the lucky woman. But instead I said nothing, because silence was safer than breaking. In public, we were perfect. In private, we were purgatory. He'd knock on my door at 2 a.m. after a bad debate and lie next to me without touching. We'd talk about old memories, stupid dreams, the smell of New York bagels. He'd fall asleep facing me, lips parted like he was on the verge of saying something brave. But morning always came, and with it, the mask. People loved Carter. He was the hope of a new generation, the clean-cut Democrat who could turn red states blue. They didn't know that when the cameras turned off. He sat on the floor of our kitchen and stared at his hands like he hated every inch of himself. One night I found him crying, the silent kind of crying. He looked at me like I was a lifeline and a noose. "I want to be the man they need me to be," he whispered. "But I also want to be the man you see when you look at me." And God help me, I still stayed. Until the night of his birthday gala. Everyone who was anyone was there: donors, press, senators. I wore a navy tux and smiled on cue. Carter gave his speech, thanked me for 3 amazing years of support, and held my hand just tight enough to bruise. Then, during the slow dance, he leaned in and whispered, "You have to leave." "What?" "After tonight. Pack your things. I'll tell the media we broke off the engagement amicably. You'll get everything in the NDA." I stared at him, stunned. "Why?" "Because I love you," he said. "And I can't keep destroying you." That was the first time he said it. And it was while breaking up with me. I left that night. I moved to Chicago, took a job with an LGBT rights firm, tried to forget the way he smelled in the morning, or how he used to write campaign drafts with my head in his lap. But forgetting isn't erasing. It's bleeding slower. I watched him on TV sometimes. He got reelected. He got sharper, colder. People said he was being groomed for the Senate. No one talked about who he went home to until 2 years later. It was a cold March morning when I found him standing outside my apartment. He looked older, not by years, by heartbreak. "I'm not running again," he said before I could speak. "I'm done lying." I laughed bitterly. "Good for you." He didn't flinch. "I bought a house in Vermont. There's a fireplace, and a garden, and no one around for miles. Why are you telling me this? Because I still love you, he said. And if you've got any part of you left that still wants me, I'll be there. For real this time.
No cameras. Nos xerats.
Just us. I should have slammed the door. Instead, I said, "You better have coffee." He smiled. The real kind. The kind I hadn't seen in 4 years. And just like that, we began again, not as a campaign stunt, not as a secret, but as two men in love, finally allowed to be. Because sometimes, even in America, even in politics, the truth gets to win. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay updated with the latest videos.